Imagine what happens when you are lost in the middle of the world's largest desert. Maybe you die because of thirst, heat, or pain. However, I was the lucky who survived in these severe circumstances. Let me start my story from the beginning. 4. Smart and I planned to visit the Sahara Desert. For this, we choose Morocco, where annually 1.2 million people come to see the desert. It was night time, everyone is asleep in their tent. But I could not sleep. I went out for a cigarette and started walking on the dune. The sky was with flicking stars and moon, and the reddish sand land was looking so lovely that for a moment I lost in its glamour. A sudden breeze quenched my cigarette, and I had no idea that a storm was coming. What could happen next? My foot slipped, and I fell from the mound and lost my path. I could not even open my eyes. In a panic, I did not know what to do. I stand again and start moving back, assuming the camp was in that way. Perhaps it was my huge mistake, because I was lost far away from the field. After some time, I felt tired and slept there on the sand. But soon the light of the sun wakes me up. I had nothing with me. No water, no vehicle and no signal. I went on the highest mount to see my camp, but there was no clue of it. At first, I think they were also finding me. But when the temperature rose up, I had no choice but to move and find some water. The day was going hard on me. I was wandering here and there in search of water, the reflection coming from the sun. Perhaps I was near the death when someone gave me water. It was a merchant of caravan. Like old-style ones, they still use camels to move through the desert. My condition was worse. I was screaming because of the intense pain in my arm. It was due to the scorpion sting. The caravan left me in a village to a medic, where they gave me treatment and I got well soon. But I had to wait to reach the embassy and my hotel. In that time, I learned about the people's life who were there for years. They taught me survival techniques to live in the desert. That is what I am going to share with you. But before that, hit the subscribe button. We have lot of stories to tell and solve some problems. Number 1. Keep a lid on it. It's been said that the biggest enemy in a desert
is the sun during the day and cold breeze during the night.
So, dehydration and a severe environment are not to be taken lightly. One of the most significant ways to save your life is to keep a hat on your head, then never go under sunshine if possible. If your head scalp is exposed to the sun, or even from the indirect sunshine reflection for a long time, your brain may have to work hard to keep the inside temperature down. The first rule of desert survival is covering up. Use some clothes to wrap on your head. If you couldn't, then place at least one cloth on your head. Number 2. Wear clothes which may work day and night. Perhaps you have seen in movies desert people wear loose clothes, but they cover everything with it, from head to foot.
You should try some light colors, like white, yellow, or any color opposite to the dark,
like black. Because black absorbs much more heat than other colors. Also, covering your whole body helps you to conserve the water. If you found any shadow in the desert like a temporary shade or something, don't waste it. Not only that, but desert nights are also severely cold. So wear something that will keep you alive even during the night time. Desert people wore length clothes, which cover their whole body. They also have some extra piece of cloth to use in cooler hours. In short, stay away from the sun as much as possible. Wear proper clothes and forage during the night and morning time, especially in cool hours.
Number 3.
Don't drink the water. Actually, you should drink as much as possible. But just don't, when you have in a minimal amount. The Caravan people divide water with each person. Instead of drinking it with the same breath, they take small sips throughout the day. It helps them to stay hydrated. Also, there is a tactic to check your body is hydrated or not. Access your color of urine. If it is dark, it means your body needs some water. If the color is lighter, then you are still hydrated. In that case, you should be patient with drinking water. If you found some water in the desert, be sure about it before drinking it. If the water color is dark, just avoid it. It will be undrinkable. Number 4. Stay hungry. Always remember, our body could live longer without food instead of the same period without water. So eating should be our second priority. Avoid eating anything when you don't have anything to drink. Take small bites to avoid hunger pain when you are traveling because our body takes much water to consume or digest the food. So taking food without water would be a bad idea. It results in the higher thrust of water. Number 5. Keep your cool. If you are new on the adventure, then you should always remember, panic is one of the most dangerous parts of any survival situation. Especially in the desert, where heat, thrust, and stormy dust sucks more than anything. And who can better understand this situation than me? That's why telling you, in a panic,
You should avoid moving, unless you are 100% sure about your destination.
you should stay put until the rescue team arrives. If you think they are not coming, then gear up yourself with sun protection gadgets. Number 6. Make your mark. If someone says deserts are oceans of sand, then nothing will be wrong. From the eye of anybody who is standing in the middle of the desert, it looks similar everywhere. If you want to come back to civilization, be sure about the location. You can mark path by placing rocks, putting sticks, or marking any cactus. Never depend on the footprints. They disappear after a while. Also, keep a satellite phone or tracking device with you, and even care about its battery time. Otherwise, you may be stuck in the desert without any direction. You should also have a compass and a map within your bag. It will give you a chance to save your life. Number 7. Keep your mouth shut. Maybe you notice them. The desert people wear clothes almost on their face, especially on their mouth. And there is sound logic behind it. Mask cloth
Helps to not just dry the mouth quickly.
Moreover, storms often come in deserts. The clothes could only keep you safe from sand. You should also move slowly. In that way, our body loses less water by sweating, which is more vital for surviving in the desert. Use a bandana or something that could keep your health hydrated, especially your mouth. Number 8. Hunker down. During the daytime in the desert, the temperature rises so high that it may fry you. During sunset, there came a short duration of relief. But after that,
The land that feels like a hot pan
starts cooling like ice. Once the heat of the day dissipates, the temperature begins to drop until you're now freezing. But it also depends on the location where you are in the desert. There are some rare places to sleep in the desert. Caravan people use these places for their rest. They found me near a cozy place. After 1 month of living in the heart of the desert and among the desert people, I suggest you to never get yourself lost in the desert. When I returned back to the embassy, Fo and Sma were crying to see me, and I was so happy. They searched me for the whole 2 weeks, but could not find me because I had crossed the border. As you know, Sahara is spread over 11 countries and is larger than the USA's land. Thank you for watching this video. We have more interesting stories. Give a thumbs up if you liked my story.